Hey, what's up? It's Dave here from the Matt and Dave Show, thanking you for listening and reminding you to like, share, and subscribe if you like what you hear. I think you will, but you know, I'm biased.
He's Dave, I'm Matt, and this is another Matt and Dave show.
Another.
I'm so proud of us.
We're just cranking this out.
It's like we're growns up.
We're so grown.
We just can't stop doing these shows now.
We can't.
We're
tiny little addicts.
Which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
It's so more convenient to do now.
It is.
It really is. It's so much, like, you know, you live 2 seconds away from me.
I do.
It's so much easier to just pop over here and whenever we want.
Yeah.
And we just end up doing them on Sundays.
Yeah, well, it's good. You know,
It's great.
You get to wrap up the week. You get to
It's great.
talk
I'm
about
glad
the
that you
shit.
keep releasing them on the same day, so we're kind of, getting on a schedule, which I hope people are following.
Yeah.
At least one person is. We know that.
We know our lone fan.
We have more than one.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
It's one of those things where, like, people are fans, but they don't listen. Like, they know when we don't do them because we stop posting about it.
Yeah.
And then they say, hey, are you guys going to do any more shows? And then we say, yeah, sure, we'll do more shows for you. And then they don't listen.
Yeah.
So, but at least we know that they're aware.
That's good. That's what we go for. Like cognizant recognition. Like I just want to be in your podcast periphery.
Right.
Like I just want to be like kind of here on the side eye.
And right now, you know, we have like no responsibilities to anybody, so we could just keep doing this for ourselves.
Yeah, we could. I mean, I'm married, so there are some some responsibilities.
Right.
That
well, I mean,
I have
and
taken
I've got a kid,
on.
so we've got responsibilities.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, we don't have to answer. The podcast doesn't have to answer to anybody.
That's true. That's true.
There's nobody responsible for the Matt and Dave show, and the Matt and Dave show is not responsible to anybody other than ourselves.
That's right.
So
our sponsor
is
Spunk Lube.
Nobody.
No, we don't have
Spunk Lube. Hey, if Spunk Lube wanted to sponsor us,
you know what? I'd take
be
it.
more than happy to take it.
I would take it right on the chest.
I bet you would. Cleveland Steamer right on the chest.
Cleveland Steamer. Spunk Lube.
All right, let's not mention them again because they didn't pay for this shit.
It's Spunk Lube. Jet.
That's right.
I'm an addict.
Dude, I'm so tired today.
Why are you tired?
I don't know, man. I think it's like the weather, and it was a long week at work. And
You were trying to power nap before you got here.
I was, and then I got a text message that
Wow.
I won't go into it.
Well,
But
okay.
yeah.
Jesus.
I got a text, and then I had to get into something. And
Wow.
I was like, fuck it, I'm not taking a nap.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
might as
yeah.
well. I tried to push this back a couple
You did.
hours.
You did. You're like 6.
I was
like,
laying in bed, and I was like all comfortable, and I had like one
Yeah.
of my, I had a beer, and
Yeah.
I was just kind of relaxing. And watching The Bourne Identity.
Oh.
And
Can you relax and watch The Bourne Identity?
I mean, if it's a movie that I've seen like a gazillion times.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so I don't typically relax to action movies.
Yeah.
Like, I'll relax to comedies and to dramas and to television shows. That's good. I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But action movies, like I tend to shy away from if I'm like trying to fall asleep. But I was just laying in bed watching it. I was good halfway through, and I was just comfortable and, you know, in the groove. And I was just like, you know, I'm gonna lay down for like a bit.
Wow.
So let me text Dave and see if we can push this back a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then 5 seconds later, I got a text message I had to deal with, and I was like, fuck it. Let's just get this
We're
over with.
done.
Yeah, I'm just done. I'm going to go over there, get this done, and then I'm going to come back, and I'll try to go to sleep.
You know what I like? I like the positive mental attitude coming into this.
Dude,
fuck it.
No.
Let's just get this done.
No,
I'll go back. He'll keep calling me.
He'll keep calling
me. I'll go.
I'll go. That really, well, that was how it was before I texted you and said, hey, let's do it a couple hours. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta do this. We gotta do this. If we don't do it, we're gonna fall back into the groove. I'm not doing it. We gotta do it. Let's just push it back. I'll take a nap. I'll wake up. It'll be fun. We'll talk about my great nap. Maybe I'll have had a great dream that we can talk about in the show.
Yeah, no.
But no, that didn't happen.
You're not gonna lucid dream.
So now we can just talk about how tired I am.
All right. So
I'm borderline cranky.
Well, so I mean, you're consistent. I think that's great. You're always kind of cranky.
That's true.
You're cranky.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, you're fucking cranky.
I have my reasons.
I didn't say it wasn't unjustified.
It's very justified.
I said
I'm
you're
not
just
always
cranky.
Not when we do the show. I love doing the show.
I never said you weren't
I'm
cranky.
never cranky doing the show.
I'm just talking about you as a general. I'm painting with the
Usually
bigger
Monday
brush.
through Friday, I'm cranky. I'm not going to say why.
You're just
I'm just cranky.
You're
Monday
just
through Friday.
cranky. For some apparent reason.
For some reason.
On weekdays.
On the weekdays.
I'm a little more irritable.
From Monday through to Friday. From hours during the day. I'm extremely cranky. And usually a couple hours afterwards.
You got to let it bleed off.
I know.
So I saw a movie this weekend.
You did? You went to the movie theater?
The legitimate theater.
Really? Wow, that's a first. Not a first, but that's it's rare for you to go to a movie.
I don't. Well,
I don't.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Usually, like I'll go see like the comic book movies and stuff like that.
Sure.
And really, the one that'll get me out of the house to watch movies is the missus. Like she'll be like, "Oh, I want to see this. I want to see that." And I'll be like, "Sweet, let's
Unless
go."
It's a comic movie and you're going with your nerd friends.
Yes.
I say that lovingly.
Yes. No, there's no malice.
Right. Exactly.
Even though you're cranky, there's no malice. there's no malice. So I saw Atomic Blonde.
Oh shit! How was it?
Really? Well, here's the thing.
Oh, I had such high hopes for it.
Well, here's the thing. They have a wonderful cast. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron, of course.
Yeah.
Who else is in it?
John Goodman's in it.
John Goodman?
Yeah. I mean, it is a veritable, I don't want to say who's who, but there's some pedigree in that movie. Like for an action movie especially, like above and beyond some pedigree. And it's not the acting that's the bad part. It's really just the script is kind of ho-hum.
It's the story?
Yeah, the story is just... I mean, they try and like spice it up as much as they can.
Right.
And it's this, Cold War spy drama, Berlin type of thing. And there's some like... but really, honestly, and... Charlize Theron's character falls in with a lot of the other action characters I see, which I guess is progress. In women,
action characters like Bourne and Bond and those guys.
Yeah. That she's just kind of boring and one dimensional.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like it's she's just very. There's not a lot of levels to her. She's fucking badass. She's beautiful, and she kicks ass.
Well, I mean, that's John Wick, and that's
right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's a very.
And if it's gonna be a good movie, then it's not based off of the character.
But you know
it's
what?
Based off of the story and the action specifically.
But here's the thing about John Wick. Like, I felt motivated to sympathize with John Wick very early on. And they pulled the fucking cheap trick to do it. I won't spoil what it is, but they really pulled like...
For John Wick?
Yeah, the cheapest of cheap tricks. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh my God. Like, you really just want everybody that had anything to do with it dead instantly.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's a dirty fucking trick.
Okay.
But it's effective. It's wonderfully effective. And you're with him in it. When you see when this movie starts, like it's a flashback, much like John Wick. John Wick is also a flashback. So that takes a lot of the tension out of a lot of things. Like because, she gets up to at least that point. And it's very established that it is the flashback starts at how do I describe it? It's not like an ambiguous flashback where you don't know where in the storyline it is. It's very much like it starts at the end and then flashes back as to how you get there.
They tried to Tarantino it.
Yeah.
I hate that.
And it just takes a lot of the tension out of some of the things. And the dialogue is fine. Her character's just not very fleshed out. Now that being said, Jan McAvoy's character really a little more interesting as far as like characters go.
I mean, he's usually the best one in the movie.
Well, and it's not that he's the best. I mean, I think Charlize Theron is a fucking amazing actress.
Oh, she is, absolutely.
An annoyingly talented fucking actress. And I was really disappointed. And you can tell she was pushing the seams of what this character was capable of. Like, even with just her fucking eyes. Like, she was really trying to just take... It's like watching Will Smith in Suicide Squad. Like, she is just trying to give you something because you know where you're in. You know what you're in. Right. And she really was fucking giving it her all. And she's good. She's absolutely good. But it just kind of fell... Yeah, it was cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I also saw it in Dolby Vision.
Dolby Vision?
Dolby Vision.
The fuck is Dolby Vision?
Dolby Vision is the new 4K, like deep black 4K surround sound, like super duper surround sound theater.
Did you go to the AMC?
Yeah.
Okay, so you went to Dolby. Yeah, I've done that. It's bullshit.
You thought
That's
so?
what I was talking about.
You thought that was bullshit?
No, it was just I went to see the fucking Lego Batman movie, right?
Well, it's the fucking Lego Batman movie.
But my point was,
all right.
The Lego Batman movie, like my ears were just so, like my ears were bleeding in the movie because it was so goddamn loud.
Oh, you thought it was too loud?
I know. I sound like an old man here.
You
I'm
are
really
a
not that
fucking old man.
But seriously, even the kid was like, "Dad, we don't need to go to do this again because this is too fucking loud."
Oh,
man,
it
just
we
too
liked it.
Damn loud.
Yeah, I felt it in my taint.
I felt it in my exactly.
I felt it in my taint.
You feel it in that little space behind your belly button. I know.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
It's
I'm a bass player.
loud.
I'm used to feeling shit in my taint.
And
like
I don't mind that. Like I really don't. But when it hurts my ears so much that it's just a piercing loud noise. I can't do it.
Well, maybe it's the type of movie. Like I'd love to see like Dunkirk like that. I think that'd be cool.
Well, I think if you see Dunkirk, you got to see it in IMAX. I mean, that's the way he shot it.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
I hate to give in to Chris Nolan because he's kind of being a little whiny bitch lately.
But
I mean,
should probably
that's
see it.
one of those things that you need to see in IMAX.
So I would say overall, and it's funny because it actually has that very like Suicide Squad-y type of opening too.
Oh man!
With the and I don't mean in like the character, like establishing who the characters are, but just like the typographic stuff on it. It's like I said, I won't say that it's bad. It's worth watching, and it's worth watching. You know, it's a good action flick. Like both the missus and I loved it, and it was her idea.
Right. So you did like it?
Yeah. Okay. I liked it. But I won't say that it's a good movie.
See, now I'm not going to go to pay to see that.
Then don't go pay to see it. But you should watch it. Just don't expect it's not a brilliant fucking piece of cinema.
Right.
I would put John Wick ahead of it.
Well, I read an article that said that, and speaking of movies that came out this week, because I know Atomic Blonde came out this week.
Yes.
There's an article saying that Dunkirk and the Emoji Movie are battling for number one at the box office this weekend.
I thought...
Despite the fact that the Emoji Movie has the worst reviews of the year.
Well, yeah, it's because 11-year-olds go see it.
And parents take their 11-year-olds to go see it.
Well, actually, so we, Mrs. and I were talking, and she had a friend that was offering to take everybody's kids
to the Emoji Movie?
To the Emoji Movie, so the parents didn't have to see it.
That's a great business.
It is.
We should do that.
Oh my God. Just take your kids to see
the Matt
shitty
and
movies.
Dave Show takes your kids to the movies for you.
Take your kids to the movies. The shitty fucking movies you don't want to see.
Yes.
Oh,
the Nut Job 2, the Emoji Movie.
You know what? I don't like this idea.
But we have to charge double of what the theater charges.
Right.
Like if it's a $10 movie, you pay $20.
You pay $20. We pocket 10.
You pay for the movie.
I went and saw RV like that. Robin Williams RV.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was coaching a bunch of kids, and they would do movie night or what the fuck ever, and go rent out this movie theater. And like, what are your options? Well, we're gonna see RV. Fuck.
Dude, you just reminded me. I remember one year when I was in summer camp, they took us to the movies, and I was asking where we were going, and they didn't like the fact that we were asking, and somebody talked me into asking them where we were going, and because I asked them, they made me sit with one of the counselors, but they took us to see the Heathcliff movie.
Oh, Jesus.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, that was awesome. Back when I was like, I don't know, like, when did that come out? 80?
Oh, you're talking about like when you were a kid?
Yeah, I'm talking about when I was a kid.
Oh,
that's cool.
That sounds as bad.
Yeah, it was cool.
You know what? I bet parents felt the same way back then. They were like, fucking Heathcliff movie, Jesus.
Right. Well, I mean, when you look at a lot of movies that came out when we were kids.
No, I agree.
Although I'd go see a lot of those kids. Jordan and I still go see a lot of those kids movies. And I guess a lot of the bigger blockbuster kid movies are adult friendly.
Yes.
So it's a little bit more tolerable.
Hypothetically, your Transformers are in there. Your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are in there. Hypothetically.
I'm talking about like the Pixar movies and the Disney animated.
Yes. No,
we went to see Despicable Me 3 last weekend.
How was that?
How was
D3?
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It was much better than the second one.
I didn't see the second one.
The second one was forgettable. It wasn't very memorable at all.
Really? You know what? I don't know if I saw the second one or not.
Other than the purple minions.
Oh, then no, I didn't see the second one.
But this one was actually pretty funny. It was very short too. I think it was like an hour and a half.
Really? Yeah.
Like an hour and a half, hour 20 some minutes. Like I remember thinking like that didn't seem long at all. And we checked our watch and it wasn't that long.
90 minutes.
But it was good. It was really good. It was kind of back to basics. It was simple. There were like 2 or 3 other storylines that were going on in the background, but that's just sequelitis.
Sure,
what happens with all sequels. You want to highlight, this person and this person.
Yes.
I'm really kind of glad they made the Minion movie because the Minions had a nice little part in this, but
it wasn't.
They could have suffered.
They
from
weren't
Cars.
on the backs of it,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. They could have suffered from like Cars 2 itis. where Mater is the funny sidekick becomes the star of like the centralized character in the story,
right?
And that didn't happen here. They had a nice little bit, but no, it was really good. I thought it was really, really nice. A nice addition to the story.
Okay.
And I think going forward, they got a nice little thing to play with for Despicable Me 4, which I'm sure is coming.
Yeah. How did Trey Parker do?
Oh man, he was hilarious.
Is he?
Hilarious, hilarious. Like the character himself. I mean, you've seen the trailers.
I have.
So he's like he's an 80s villain. But the background, and this isn't a spoiler. The background is he's a 80s child television star.
Oh.
And he plays a character named Bad Boy, I think is the name.
Jesus.
So he plays like a kid villain. And that's like his thing. So like he has like this big robot that shoots bubble gum and all this. So like as an old man, he comes back and he's got the mustache, but he's still got the mullet with the balding spot. And it was really, really funny. It wasn't so much. It was more about Gru and his brother, and they had the villain there. So
right.
But I think that he was fantastic. It was weird because I knew it was Trey Parker, and there was a little bit of a South Park voice to it because you can't have Trey Parker and not have a South Park kind of a vibe.
Yes,
but he did a good job of kind of trying to keep it separate. I appreciated.
Yeah,
what he
that's
did.
good.
Speaking of Trey Parker and South Park, did you hear that they are they're specifically the next season of South Park? They're specifically avoiding all the conversation and topics of Donald Trump.
Yeah, I did hear
which
that.
I applaud.
Yeah,
I think that the jokes are over.
Yeah,
and South Park is they can be much more intelligent and much funny with something that isn't isn't what's going on in the real world. Let's poke fun at other things right now.
I agree,
because that stuff that thing has gone like it's
low hanging fruit.
It really is. It really and then
leave it for late night.
Yeah, and at the beginning it was nice, and it's still topical for the late night guys.
Yes.
But yeah, it's kind of over.
Did you see that Stephen Colbert was getting his own show on Showtime?
I saw it, but I didn't read anything about it other than the fact that it's like an animated Trump series. Yeah,
that's pretty much what it is. Like just an animated. I mean, so you want to talk about like clearly people like it really is like that's easy. I don't want to say it's easy comedy, but it's pretty easy comedy.
One of the things that Trey Parker said about I love the analogy that he used in the interview when he was talking about not doing the Trump stuff anymore. He said, I can have a monkey running into the wall, and it's the funniest thing in the world.
Right.
But it's how do I show that to an audience and still make it as funny? Like I can describe it, I can animate it, but there's nothing that's going to be as funny as actually seeing that monkey run headfirst into the wall.
That's true.
And that's what he said. He's like, there's nothing like what you see every day going on is already funny enough.
Yeah.
I don't need to parody it.
Yeah.
It's a parody of itself.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But yeah, I'm interested to see the Stephen Colbert. I mean, because especially since he has such a special relationship with Trump right now these days.
Seriously. Well, it's funny, like, because, I mean, he was getting creamed in the late night wars.
He was.
I mean, he was getting...
Oh, yeah. There was talks of... James Corden
taking over, which is fucking... That's just mean. But, I mean, like, this election is the best thing that has ever happened to him. Yeah. Like, he was able to take... And it's weird that you see it because now that it's so, everything's so politically charged now that Jimmy Fallon tussling his hair thing is like such an anti, I mean, depending which circles you run in, obviously, but I mean, that's the thing he gets made fun of for now. Right. And like, he's really ceded a lot of ground to Colbert, and I don't know if he's gotten it back. I think Colbert's been on top now for a minute.
Really?
I think so.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah. He's definitely on top. Like he's had some like.
Well, I think the difference. Corden and Fallon are good viral. They're good viral content.
They make the little
snippets.
Videos. Yeah.
The school instruments, the karaoke,
carpool karaoke.
Yep.
The James Corden rap battles.
But, which are great. And those are all great pieces. And that's how I know them. I see them on Facebook.
Right.
That's how I see it. But Colbert, I think he sticks with the more mature crowd Probably people, around my dad's and our parents' age, as well as us.
Yeah.
But James Corden, Fallon, those little viral bits that live on social media, those aren't going to reach the older crowds, people who are still watching the late night.
Yeah.
Who watched Leno, who, well, maybe some of them weren't watching Carson, but that's I think, so there still is a demographic for Colbert, and I'm glad to see that. I think maybe people kind of caught on to the fact that you don't need to watch all of Jimmy Fallon. You can watch, you should probably watch all of Colbert to see what happens.
Yeah.
And, you can catch all the little tidbits of Fallon on.
Because I'll watch Colbert interviews online. I very rarely watch Fallon.
Yeah, I don't watch interviews. I don't watch Corden or Fallon's interviews. I just watch their.
There's really nothing
bits.
to watch.
There really isn't.
Yeah, like Colbert's a wonderful interviewer. Yeah. Truly, just a wonderful interviewer.
Yeah.
Kimmel, I think, does a really good job.
Kimmel's good too.
Yeah, he's a good through line baseline. Yeah. Like he covers all the bases, I think, pretty well. Like he's got some good viral-ish type of bits. But his whole show, I think, is a good He hits all the bases that you need to hit. He's a good all-around player.
But how much longer is that going to be relevant? Everything now is. I look at my 14-year-old, and he's into the everybody that younger age. They're into the 30-second to 2-minute videos.
Right.
Those little viral things.
Yeah. Well, and he does those too. I mean, his prank wars with John Krasinski
the prank
are great.
Wars and the kids with the Halloween
stuff.
the Halloween candy. That's fine. But he has he's 3 or 4 a year. Fallon and Corden, they're every night.
Yeah, I don't know about every night.
They're almost every night, man.
Yeah,
they do something with a guest every day, and that actually kind of makes the show fun. Is that they play with their guests? It's not just a talk show. But I think somebody needs to. I wish there was somebody who did the best of all of that.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see. Did you see when Colbert had the Daily Show reunion?
I did see that.
So he had. So it was Colbert, and he had Jon Stewart on. Obviously, he had John Oliver.
Yep.
He had Samantha Bee. Mm-hmm. He had oh man, who else did he have? He had, what's the bald dude's name?
Corduroy.
Yes, Rob Corduroy.
Yep.
Yes, Rob Corduroy. And he had who else was on there? There were a couple other people.
Yep. Was Wyatt Cenac on there?
No.
I like Wyatt Cenac.
Oh, Ed Helms.
Ed Helms.
People don't know that Ed Helms was.
Yep.
And who wasn't on there? Unfortunately, was Steve Carell.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to have Steve Carell on there, because Steve Carell was one of the originals as well.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But yeah, that was a good interview. That was one of the interviews that I watched. I actually watched that one online too, because that's all that I wanted to watch. That was a nice little bit, hearing all their backstories, behind the scenes shit.
Yep. I dig it.
Yeah.
I also finished Master of None season 2.
What did you think?
This weekend? Do you watch them?
I've watched it. Yes.
I really liked it.
It's fucking brilliant.
It's really, really good.
It's really good, really well done, and I think it's different. It's good storytelling, and I love the fact that season 2 was a different. Every episode was a different cinematic style.
Yeah. Oh my
God.
Oh, absolutely. That fucking Rome. That they're not obviously in Rome, but the what's that famous Audrey Hepburn movie where they're in Rome riding Vespas? It was shot in that style, that 50s, you're looking at me blankly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blank looks I'm getting out of you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, God.
No idea what you're talking about.
No, it doesn't matter. Anyways, but it was shot in that old 50s Roman holiday style.
No? Oh, yes.
Jesus.
On the Vespa.
Yeah. I mean, just the whole thing. It's subtitled. It's wonderful. Just that first, I thought they nailed the first and last episode. Stylistically, I thought it was just wonderfully, cinematically bookended very well. But my favorite episode, hands down, was episode 6, where he's barely in it and they tell the stories of all the other people going through it.
Oh, yeah. It leads up to him in somewhere.
The movie theater. Yeah.
The
cabbie and the deaf couple and all of that. And it showed you what really good writing can do, because I was damn near instantly vested in all of these characters, and I'd never been introduced to them before. and I cared about their stories, and I wanted to see like how this went through. Like it made you care about a character without any real setup.
Right.
Without anything like that, just two people talking, and you're like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what, this is the sand in the oyster. This is what needs to be resolved. And boom. And you're like, oh my God, I hope it happens. I hope the guys get to the club. I hope, the nice lady gets her vagina licked. I hope,
Yeah. I'm really biting my tongue on that one.
I know.
I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. Nope. No, you can make all the hand signals you want, sir. I'm not gonna say anything.
But it's good. It's good.
I'm pushing myself back from the mic.
You are just
keep going.
Just go. We'll be fine. It's great. But no, it was really like, and the ability to just do that, the ability to just be comfortable enough in your show to not feature anybody in your show to know that I can totally just do this, and you'll watch it and it'll be really fucking good, and it'll be, I like to think that show is a voice for like a minority experience,
right?
Especially in a very undertold one, like the Indian American minority experience. And I've heard him talk about it because he has an Asian writing partner for it, and like the whole thing with the parents, he's like, it's a very like East Indian, like Asian type of experience with the parents, like throughout season 1, which I love. Also that his parents are played by his actual parents, and it's the best thing on the planet because they're terrible actors.
They're terrible actors.
They're so great and authentic.
But the relationship is still there,
yeah,
and that's what drives it.
Yeah.
Like when they're like drilling him and like and really kind of like lecturing to him.
Yeah,
the delivery is awful, but the heart and the passion
it's
behind
so
it
there
is, and the emotion behind it is so right there. Like like it's like they've done it before.
Yeah,
and they're enjoying doing it again.
Yeah,
and his reaction is just fantastic because I'm sure that he's in his mind. He's going, "Yep, here we go again.
Here we do it. I'm doing this." Well, and because I heard him interviewed on NPR, and he talks about like I think it was his mom or his dad doesn't like doing the show.
His dad doesn't?
Yeah, one of them.
His parents?
One of the parents doesn't like doing the show. He's like, "Well, why do you do it?" He's like, "Well, I get to see you. I get to hang out with you, and
That's adorable.
I don't get to see you as much." So because he's like, they're real people. They have real jobs. Right. They do real things with their life, and they take time out of their life to come do this show with me. And I think his dad's a doctor. Like he's a doctor on the show, and he's like, he takes time, like he uses vacation time to come up and film a show and hang out with me and stuff like that. And he's like, but he does it just because he wants to see me and hang out with me. He's not a particular fan of being an actor in a Netflix show. He just really likes seeing me. And you're like, fuck,
right?
What am I doing?
I wonder how the delivery mechanism of that show plays into how accepting we are of episodes like that one that you were describing. Because think about this: if it was a week long show, or if it was a show once a week,
yes,
right, and was it 8 episodes, 6 episodes, something like 8 episodes, I believe it is.
What for this
Master of None?
Oh, it's like no, it was more than that. It's like 13.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever it may be,
maybe 11.
I look at it. I look at each season that drops as kind of one narrative.
Okay.
Like one long extended movie that you can choose to watch all at once, and most of us do.
Right.
Or you can watch it on your own damn time.
Yes.
Whenever you want.
Accurate.
Nobody's forcing you to watch this part of the story at this time of day and only once that week. You can watch 2 episodes, 3 episodes, whatever you want. Think about if you had to watch Master of None once a week. It came out every Sunday night.
Right.
And then you had to wait until next Sunday. And then the next Sunday. And then the next Sunday. And then you have episodes where like, there's something happening here. Right, something's happened with Dev here, and then the next week you've waited a whole week for the show,
right?
And it's this episode about these people that you don't fucking know. Right, you don't even see Dev until the end,
right?
And then it's another week before you get to like go back to the story, kind of. Right?
I see what you're saying.
It's almost like what people were bitching about with The Walking Dead and how slow it was and how it took. Nothing fucking happened until the end of the season.
Right.
So you had the beginning of the season with Negan, and then you had the end of the season with whatever happened at the end of the season, and everything in between was just dragging ass. Now, Imagine, and plus they start in October, they take a break in December, they come back like they're really
milking the shit out of this.
They milk the 12, 13 episodes a season over the span of 6 months, which is fucking ridiculous. Like it should take 2 weeks, or it should take 2 months instead of taking.
There's 52 weeks in a year.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
So it takes 26 some weeks to tell 13 episodes, and that pisses people off.
Sure.
Now, if you could watch that 13 episodes in a weekend.
Yep.
Or you watch 2-3 here.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, 2-3 there, whatever, and you could finish it in a month.
Yep.
Would that make the storytelling better because of the distributing
I think it
mechanism?
makes it
people who
different.
People who miss it completely and get to go home and watch it on DVD.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think that's the difference. Is I won't say that one's better or worse. I may have my preferences, but I can't say that there's a better or worse version. But I think the thing that this show does well is it knows how people consume it. It's not trying to do a television episodic format in a Netflix world. It knows where it's at. It's self-aware. It knows that it can do these type of things because you're going to watch, that'll be like the middle episode that you watch a day because they're half hour ish, 25 minutes a piece, so you can do 2-3 at a time. So, and it knows that you're going to be just like, oh, that's cool. Let's do the next one. And the next one's so good too. You're like, fuck, this is all so good.
Right.
Yeah.
But is it? That's my question. Is it so good because it's so good, or is it so good because we can watch it right away?
Well, I think it's so good. I
know that you can't compare it because you don't watch The Walking Dead.
I don't watch The Walking Dead.
Well, Game of Thrones.
I do watch The Walking. I've watched The Walking Dead.
You've watched it.
Yeah.
But you don't watch it.
But I watch it on
Sunday
Netflix.
Night. Right, exactly.
Yeah. But I don't watch any TV like that.
Sure. Well, okay, there you go. So have you seen have you had the experience with Walking Dead that the people who are dedicated weekly viewers have had, and saying that this show's just dragging, it's not going anywhere, it sucks?
No, but look, I don't like saying that I'm better than anybody, but
you don't? You don't like admitting it out loud.
No,
is what the thing that it is.
That was actually completely facetious. I do enjoy it very much so. And why would you put so much fucking on a TV show, man? Just turn it off, man. Just cut it out for like 6 months and then come back and enjoy it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be so instantly gratified. You got to hold back a little, and then the nut is better at the end of it. I can see your face right now. I wish you could. Hold on, let me describe what Matt's face is doing right now. He's got this, like, his eyes are closed in a very defeated sense, and then his head is shaking, and he's smiling tilted because sideways. It's funny. Yeah, he's got it. It's a little half cocked, and he wants to say something, but he knows anything he says will make it a little worse. So
which is usually the case.
Yeah. So he's really swallowing a lot of that right now. Oh, poor little guy. But no, seriously, like, I would say the age of like episodic, TV stuff like that. I don't want to say it's over, but it's kind of over.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I watched the World of Dance show with the missus. It's a dance competition show. There's a company called World of Dance. They've been doing
where
stuff.
they do the eliminations every week, right?
Yeah.
That's different.
Right. But I don't watch it weekly. Like, I just watched 3 episodes back to back because we were all fucking, we were watching Master of None. Like, we're doing other shit.
Well, here's the problem with not watching. If you're into one of those episodic television series, the problem with not watching it when it's on, because you could say, oh, we'll just wait until it comes on Netflix or wherever you decide to stream it.
Like how you watch The Flash.
Right, exactly. Yes. But the problem is that if you don't watch it, it gets spoiled like right away.
Well,
like I don't have HBO, but I do have access to HBO Go. Mm-hmm. And so I can't watch Game of Thrones on Sunday at whatever time. I don't even know what fucking time it is. I think it's 9, right? I can watch it the very next day. Not even 24 hours later, I can watch it.
Really?
But by that time, I already kind of have a sense of something. Because somebody has gotten on Facebook and said, oh my God, I can't believe what Jon Snow said. Or, oh, wow, how about that? Is Danny suffering from PMS this week? Or just something.
No,
or like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah,
there's something, there's hints. Everybody wants to, everybody has jokes.
They
all got jokes, right?
And they think they're being so vague.
And that's fine. Right.
But they're
trying to be vague about it, but they're not. They're not. It's not funny. And, I get it. That's what social media is for.
Yes.
So you can't really wait all year long. And that's I told you about watching, because I could watch The Flash and all those CW shows on the CW app for free.
Yep.
No problem.
Yep.
But I don't have the time to sit down and watch all 4 or 5 fucking episodes every week.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Because I just don't. And they only leave them up for 3 or 4 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of media
if I wait, if it is a lot of media to consume, if I wait until it comes out on Netflix, and Netflix, God bless them, they release those shows the day after their series finale or season finale ends.
Yeah,
it's great. It's
they're really good about
great
it.
Deal.
Yeah,
but there's already 1,000,001 different nerd sites or movie sites or pop culture sites or other people on social media or anywhere that are talking about these things that are happening.
Right.
Like so and so. Hey, this villain is gone. Now they're going to bring back this villain for the rest of the season. It's like I don't want to know that until I watch the fucking show. So it's either I watch it.
Sure.
I commit to those 5 hours every week, or I have a little bit of an idea what's going to happen going in. What do you do?
Not go to the sites where they spoil everything all the time?
It's so hard though, dude. It's so I could block every single one, and I'm still gonna look. There will be sponsors and suggestions about things like that. No,
I know.
People will see that I'm a fan of the Flash on. You know how it works with social media.
I do
because I like the Flash on Facebook. If somebody has like Flash in their content and they want to throw it out there, they're going to target me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see it. There's nothing I can do about that.
You could unlike the Flash.
I could unlike the Flash, but why?
Well, here's the thing.
Why would I do that? I like the Flash. I want to like it.
I want to like the Flash. The funny thing is, I've unliked The Walking Dead, and I've unliked shows that I don't want to know stuff about. I've unliked them on Facebook. I don't want, because they're kind of some of the worst offenders.
Did you unlike Star Wars?
I don't like Star Wars.
Really?
I don't think I do.
Really?
I don't think I do.
What about the what is the edit droid?
I do like the edit droid.
That's another one of them.
No, I understand that, but I mean but Star Wars stuff, I know when to start. I can see the first 2 words of a headline and know that I'm not going to want to read the rest of that headline. I've been online enough to know when this shit is not going to go the way that I want it to go, and I'll scroll quickly, or I'm trying to be better about it, self-censoring the information that I take in. Because we were watching, I don't like watching previews for episodes that are coming up the next week.
Okay.
A lot of TV shows like to do that. And I'm Law and Order especially, and I'm I based on the previews that I saw, I can tell you what's going to fucking happen on the next episode of Law and Order. I'm at 75% right now because I've seen so many fucking episodes of Law and Order.
Sure.
So I try not to watch the previews. I want to be surprised. And, the missus loves watching the previews. She wants to know desperately what's going to happen. So we're watching World of Dance. And the last episode they were showing the training session with the coach. And they were showing snippets of the dance they were going to dance. She's like, well, I don't want to watch that. That spoils the dance.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, what?
No shit.
I'm sorry, what? She's like, yeah, no, I don't want to see that. I just want to see the full performance of it. I don't want that to be spoiled. But you don't like the preview of the dance that you're going to watch because you think it ruins the actual product. Yeah. I'm like, you're fucking killing me. She's what? I'm like, you don't like the preview. Who likes watching previews and yells at me for watching previews? Who? Just take a guess.
I mean, she yells at you for not watching the previews?
Yeah. She gets mad because I want to fast forward through the previews. I don't want to know this shit. I don't want to know this fucking information. I want to go in cold. And that was the cool thing about Atomic Blonde. I had zero fucking idea this movie was getting made. It really just kind of plopped in my lap. So.
But it's tough. It's tough, man. If you don't get it out there, then people don't know about it.
Yeah. I know. But
that's why I had such high praise when they dropped that Wet Hot American Summer 10 Years Later trailer. I knew it was being made, but I had no idea when it was coming out. And boom, all of a sudden. But then since then, I found some stuff out that I was very disappointed about.
Really?
Yeah. There's one bit of information that I found out. Through a headline.
Yeah,
it was. Through a headline.
I know the headline you're talking about too. Or at least I think I know.
Does it have to do with
Bradley Cooper?
Bradley Cooper's character?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
You saw that too?
I saw that one too.
Isn't that disappointing? I mean, it's cool, but it's disappointing that you kind of know it.
Yeah, I guess. Anyways, the reason I didn't see any. You all right?
Yeah, sorry. I'm having some cord issues.
Clearly. The reason I didn't know that Atomic Blonde didn't exist is because I was stuck in Netflix. True. I was watching Master of None. Oh, so right. I had zero.
Done,
my laundry is done. Yeah. I think that actually went through the mic.
All right.
That's good. But if anybody was curious, my laundry's done. Because as we were watching, catching up on our actual cable TV shows, it was nothing but the fucking Atomic Blonde trailer. After we had watched the movie,
right.
We're like, oh god. I'm just keep fast forwarding through this fucking trailer every single time I hit the fast forwarder. I went into it completely cold. I had no expectations, no ideas, no nothing. I'd never seen a trailer. I barely knew what this movie was about. Yeah, that was nice.
How could they not target you?
It was nice. I don't know.
With as much media as you consume, how could they just not target you?
They did not target me.
That's
or
crazy.
They started the targeting push
way too late.
Way too late and more TV based. I didn't see anything online about this at all.
You know what? What studio was it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Whoever it was, I don't know. Did they have a presence at Comic-Con?
I don't know.
Because I definitely, if I was the studio, I would have said we need to take Atomic Blonde to Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Because wasn't John Wick there a couple of years ago, or before
yes.
John Wick 2 or something?
Yeah.
Definitely. Any action, pop culture, anything that's going to appeal to the geeks.
Well, and it's based on a graphic novel.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah. It's The Coldest Day. It's based on the graphic novel The Coldest Day.
There you go. Then it fits perfectly. So whoever didn't think to send Atomic Blonde to Comic-Con,
right?
You deserve to be fired.
And shot.
And I will take your job. Well, not shot.
No.
We do not condone violence here.
I didn't say they were going to get killed.
Oh, just shot in the ass?
Yeah. Just a little butt shot.
Yeah.
A little
Nope, I'm pushing myself away again.
Go
away from the mic.
Like in Go, where he shoots himself through the arm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's a great fucking movie. Can we talk about how terrible that movie looked and how good that movie actually was?
I thought it was a great movie. I didn't think it looked horrible at all.
I did not I looked at that movie and I'm like, what? Some fucking bubblegum raver bullshit that I'm going to have to...
that was
it was indicative of the time. That was
one of the scenes there. I mean, what are you going to do?
No, I understand, but it just didn't look like a great movie to me, and it ended up being a wonderful, wonderful movie.
I thought it was a great flick.
Yep.
I thought it looked fine. Doug Liman, right? Swingers.
Is that Doug Liman?
I think so, yeah.
I did not know that. It makes so much more sense now that I actually...
Identity, I think he did.
Really?
Did he do the Firstborn?
I don't know.
I think he did the Firstborn.
You know all this shit. I don't know.
He did Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh, that's a great movie.
He was going to do the Gambit movie. I don't know what he's done lately. Didn't he do... Oh, he did... what was that one with Tom Cruise? The memory
Jack
one.
Reacher?
No, the memory one.
With
Emily Blunt. Was it Edge of Tomorrow, or was that what it was supposed to be called?
No, Edge of Tomorrow was the one where he just keeps going through time.
Back through time. It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. He did that one too?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Doug Liman. Wow.
Yeah, I think he's doing the sequel too.
No kidding. Yeah. I've heard that movie's wonderful.
You haven't seen it yet?
No,
it's great.
Is it really good?
Great. You know what you should do? You should go to the fucking library and get it for free.
Yes, I will go to the library and I will get it for free.
Listen, I cannot sing the praise of the... If you do not have a library card...
the praise of the public library.
If you do not have a library card, do yourself a favor and go get one, because they've got all kinds of free shit.
You know what? I don't have a library card anymore. I don't. You know why I don't have a library card? Because they're still fucking holding on that I owe some late fines for a Fangoria magazine I checked out when I was 12, and they can eat a bottle of dicks.
You're fucking bullshitting me.
I'm not kidding you.
Dude, listen. The library is a magical place.
I know. I was raised in the library.
I know you were. They have all kinds of free shit right now. People, you don't even understand. Movies that were out 6 months ago in theaters, you can rent for free at the library.
I know.
You can rent video games for the top video game systems, the PS4s and the Xbox Ones.
Yeah.
You can go rent those for free at the library.
Yeah.
I was going to buy Ready Player One because I wanted to read it.
Yes.
I was on Amazon and I found the book for $9.
Yep.
I was like, hold on.
Let's go to my library.
Why am I buying this
Well, you live next to a library, too.
I like buying the books because I like reading them and putting them on a bookshelf and then showing off like you do. You should take a picture of your bookshelf one day and put it on the Facebook page. It's ridiculous. But I do. I like buying them. I like owning them so I can put them on my shelf and say, hey, look, these are the things that I know.
Yep.
Right?
These are the things that I know. Look how interesting and well-read I am.
Look how interesting I am.
It's like the nerd dick. Like, look at this.
I don't even think it's a nerd dick. I think it just has to do with
the intellectual,
intellectual dick. There you go. Yeah.
Let me whip this out for you.
That's why if you look at my books, like the top two shelves where people's eyes usually go are like the good books, like like the Smarty Pants books, and then
Machiavelli's The Prince.
And then if you get down like towards the bottom of the shelf, you'll find like my
all your Star Wars books.
No. Well, the Star Wars books, they fit in like the second shelf, so that's where they are. But I only have like 3 of them. But like in the bottom, you'll see like my my Art of Hunchback of Notre Dame, all of my Batman graphic novels, the graphic novel of The Hobbit,
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is cool, but like, the geekier stuff. I've got a book version of the first episode of The Muppet Show.
Really?
Yeah, it's from like 80 something. I don't know.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Speaking of The Muppet Show.
Oh, no.
I wanted to talk about the library a little bit longer because of this magical place.
I understand you think so, yes.
I really do. I really do believe that.
And fuck them. Fangoria magazine. It's not even in print anymore. The fine is null and void. You can eat that $12.
Dude, just get your wife to open up a library account.
No.
You can just check shit out on her.
No. It's personal.
You're a fucking stubborn ass.
It's personal.
It's not personal. Don't let your mom hear this.
She's not going to listen to this. Watch this. Cock ass. She's
what
not going to listen.
Is that? Is that a puppet?
Oh,
on your DVD shelf? Because I've never seen that before.
That has always been there.
Has it?
Yeah, always.
I must have come in, like, sat down at a different angle today where I noticed it.
Yeah, I have a monkey puppet.
A monkey puppet. Now you have a Kermit puppet.
I also have a Kermit puppet,
which I know was there. I've seen it. It's right across from me, which is kind of cool.
But the monkey.
But the monkey puppet is kind of creeping me out, man.
Why?
I don't know because I never noticed it before, and I thought it was kind of weird for you to have a puppet now.
I've had that puppet since I was probably like 15.
Yeah, it looks old.
Yeah.
I mean, I get you and that's you had a thing for puppets back then. I got it.
Yeah. And it was a good
before
gift.
You were having sex, so I understand.
Fuck you. Muppeteers get laid. Fuck you.
Muppeteers maybe. 15-year-old Dave didn't.
Fuck you. You fucking prick.
It's all right. 15-year-old Matthew wasn't getting laid either.
Fuck you. Fuck you both. Dick. Fucking asshole. That is true. I mean, I'm not denying the accuracy of any part of that information.
No.
It just hurts.
So what is the story with that?
I don't even remember. It was one of my relatives that got it for me.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, that Dave, he's so creative and just artsy and we want to support him.
Were you doing voices back then?
A little bit, yeah. But I never assigned a voice to him.
Really?
It was more the physicality of the puppeteering and stuff like that.
Did you name him?
Nope, never named him.
Wow.
Yeah, but I could get him to do like the because
you never named him, you never gave him a voice. You are a horrible parent.
I am a terrible parent. But like with him and. Now he's a little tinier, and I have what we call giant ape hands. So he's
good point.
Yeah, he's harder to articulate with. Same thing with that Kermit. Actually, it's not a full size Kermit, so my hand really barely fits in it.
Is that really the thing that crushed your puppeteer dreams when you were younger?
No, not at all.
Hands.
Well, but the thing I liked about the monkey is like I was really able to kind of work out like facial articulations. Like I was able to see what they were doing on like the Muppets and stuff like that, and like my favorite was always the Kermit, like where he pulls back on the upper lip, and does the handshake, and like I was able to start kind of like mimicking the various emotions out of it, and like working on like the left right shake, and just the general kind of like I don't know how to describe it, like neutral head motion that you have, like you don't hold your head meticulously still when you have a conversation. There's a little bounce to it. There's a little like, I'm doing a lot of hand motions right now, which is terrible podcasting.
It really is.
But I mean,
I'm enjoying it.
I'm sure you are. But there's a little bounce to some, when your head and neck, when you talk, like when you have a conversation, your hands move a little. And that was the puppet that I worked a lot of that out on. Was
interesting.
Yeah. But so they would, and this was the worst part about it, since it was a family gift, we would do family gatherings at like.
Please tell me this is going to be embarrassing for you.
This is going to be terribly embarrassing for me. Yeah.
Wait.
Get comfortable.
Hold on. Let me get comfortable and go.
And here we are. Well, no, we would do like Thanksgiving dinners or dinners in general, shit like that. And you got to sing for your supper sometimes. So and it was like even to this day, I feel embarrassed. But they would like do the monkey, like take out the monkey, do the monkey stuff, and I'd have to go in my fucking room, and I have to go get this fucking puppet.
They literally said to you, "Dance, monkey."
Yes. And you know what? And it's my aversion to being just like barked at and told to perform.
Yeah.
You know what like a spiky thing it is for me. And this is kind of where that started. Like I would be like, fine. And when I go, and I would do it, and I would enjoy it, like because people would have, they're loving, decent human beings, and they enjoyed the show or whatever the fuck it was that I put on. I just showed them the different things that I could do with it, the dancing and stuff like that. I could make it do pull-ups because it's got a silver bar for one of the hands. Yeah. You can you can articulate with the hand.
Oh, right on.
And you could do I could do it like it was doing like a pull up, like really struggling. Struggling with it, and it's very convincing. Like cool. I think I do a reasonable job with it, but I wasn't doing like voices or anything with it, so it was really just kind of a mute monkey.
It was a mute monkey.
Mute monkey.
Well, I think you should give that monkey its voice.
No, I can't.
Look how sad it looks.
It does not look sad. Its mouth's open. It's got a little smile to it.
Yeah.
He's got his little legs crossed. He's chilling. He's like, hey, what's up? I'm a monkey.
It's like, yeah, I remember 15-year-old Dave. That's why my legs are crossed.
Fuck you. I had my fist up its ass. You don't get the fucking. I'm not a front guy. You're fine.
This is huge.
It is so big. It really is. Like, it's terrible. I like, you can't just buy regular puppets. Like, I'll go to like, where's it, like, Cracker Barrel sometimes has like the little puppets. And none of those things work for me. Like, I can get like 3 fingers in, and I'm like, look at this stuff.
What are some of the puppets or Muppets that you think that you could actually like? You could do like Ralph looks like he's pretty big.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Ralph and any like the bigger monsters.
Fozzie maybe too. Right?
I could probably do Fozzie. I could do the shit out of some Sweetums.
Oh yeah. Well, Sweetums is
it's a full body.
It's
thing.
a full body
yeah,
one.
I know.
You could do any of the God, what were they called? The ones on the Fraggle Rock.
The Doozers?
The Gores? Orgs? The Gore.
Oh yeah, the big guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Look, I caught a Fraggle.
What were they called?
I don't even remember.
God, we're so old.
We are old.
We can't remember the things that we should remember.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't know. But no, I always thought it'd be a cool like job. I always thought it'd be a cool career.
Yeah, I remember when we were in our 20s, you were talking about that a lot. I thought that would be something that you'd eventually
I went through the gambit of fucking failed careers. Like I always wanted or let me call them never tries.
There you go.
Like, yeah.
That's even sadder.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. Like, I wanted to do voiceovers. I guess I do that to an extent. Like, I'll get paid. Like, I still get work thrown my way.
You do voice gigs sometimes.
Yeah, I'll do a voice gig every once in a while. But like, I always wanted to like voice a cartoon or voice a video game or something like that. That would have been.
Fuck, with today's technology, man, you can make your own cartoon.
Yeah, I know. Or you can
voice them.
You can do the voice from here. Clearly, we have the ability to record my voice.
Really?
Reasonably well.
How can we do that?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
The magic of
should do an animated. You know what we should do?
Yeah.
Oh, you remember the Ricky Gervais show?
Yes. Oh, where they just animate the podcast.
Yeah. We should do that.
Yeah. Let's do it now.
It's totally an unoriginal idea.
Animated.
It doesn't work that way?
We're not.
You mean somebody actually has to do the work?
Yeah, someone has to video and then rotoscope and then...
Not the video, you just have to animate it.
That animation's such a fucking pain.
I know.
Like the voiceover part is so the easier part of that gig then are you just looking? You want to just end the show?
No, I'm looking at you.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
You're not. You're looking over the shoulder.
No, I'm really
You want to see how
not.
much time is left? You know what?
I'm really not.
We're done.
I do have my eye on it, so I know how much longer we can go.
No, we're gonna go now.
But
we're done.
no, I mean, I'm really not. I actually was looking at you.
Yeah.
So please continue.
I felt looked through.
No, well,
I felt looked through.
that's a whole deeper issue that you need to take up with your therapist.
What about you? Did you consume anything this weekend? Did you do anything other than wake up grumpy and kvetch about life?
No,
Really?
no, I worked.
Really? You didn't watch any TV? You didn't watch anything?
I watched. I watched Now You See Me 1 and 2 yesterday.
Have you seen those before?
I'd seen the first one.
The second one isn't as good.
The second one isn't as good, but it isn't as bad as everybody thought it said it was.
I didn't think it was.
It just
terrible.
I don't know. Again, sequelitis. They just had too many things going on.
Yeah.
And
having to lose like a major cast member too is never.
Yeah, that was good. But
easy.
I love me some Lizzie Kaplan though.
I do too, but I
her.
like me some Ursula Fisher.
You know what I like her too. You know what I'm really discovering. Somebody asked me the other day like, what are your celebrity crushes? And I went down the list, and they all have like the same kind of traits.
Which are
long brown hair, dark eyes,
really
darkish skin. Yeah.
Wow.
I started like listing them all out, and somebody pointed it out to me. I was like, oh, yeah. Well, there's that.
So there's
Although
that.
Lizzie Kaplan is kind of pale-ish.
Yeah.
She's the bottom of the list, but I do love her. She's great.
She's at the bottom
She's
of the
towards
list.
the bottom of the list.
Wait, how big is this list?
It's not very long, but I mean, it's just. I really wish people could hear that. I really wish people could hear what we hear.
So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So we have a 5-minute warning on the podcast.
Since we don't have a producer anymore.
Yeah, we have a 5-minute warning on the podcast, and that's a recording of me going ding dong, time's up, and
it's
sounds
really, really hard to kind of power through that,
right? But we have to
because
talk
it takes
through
so long.
Yeah, ding dong.
You couldn't just do a ding,
time's up.
like ding. That was it. That's all we needed.
Look,
we didn't
man,
need ding dong time. I mean, it's a
I
good,
filled the space.
It's probably a good like 20 seconds.
That's not even close to
We have
fucking
to talk
20
through that
seconds.
for 20 seconds.
Oh, whatever.
And it's so hard to keep my composure.
Yeah,
I completely forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about celebrity crushes and how long or
that's
short
right,
your
that's
list
right,
was.
that's right. Okay, so you want to hear some of them?
Go ahead.
All right, so I really have like Minka Kelly is right at the top for me.
Who is?
Minka Kelly. You don't know who Minka Kelly is?
I don't know.
You got to look her up. She's
Okay.
great. Did you see 500 Days of Summer?
I did.
Autumn. She's Autumn.
Oh.
The chick from the end.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
fantastic. Love her to death.
Okay. All right.
Haley Atwell.
Oh, yeah.
I love me some Haley Atwell.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Katie Holmes will always be close to my heart.
Yeah. Wow.
As will Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yeah, I mean,
I always have the Kelly crush. I mean, I just
Really?
can't- Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So right there, I mean, you can see where we're headed.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
That is a type,
Yeah.
sir. That is a type.
Yeah. It really is.
Wow.
I don't remember how that came up, but yeah, somebody pointed that out to me the other day.
Wow.
Yep. But Lizzie Kaplan is on there as well. She just a little bit more
She's just
technical.
lower. Wow.
She's great though. She's great in that movie. She's great in Now You See Me Too.
Yeah, no, I thought she did a good job. And it's hard to replace like an exiting actor.
Yeah. I know I didn't consume any other media. I mean, I usually go through a television series like when I'm falling asleep or something. Instead of like reading a book, I'll throw something on. I'm in the middle of Parks and Rec again for like the 1800th time.
I am trying to start watching that.
You haven't watched?
I've never watched it. I've never.
So you really have to. Okay, it's.
I
good.
hear the first season is rough.
It's not rough. They're just finding their way. It's
Sure.
not until like when Rob Lowe and Adam Scott come on
Right.
that it really takes off.
Right.
That everybody really find, and you can even see that in the first couple of episodes. Like Ron isn't really Ron
yet.
He's wearing a suit and everything. They're finding their way. They're still.
Sure.
I mean, everybody has kind of like a piece of what their character will become, but
Right.
when they get to when like around the end of season 2 is when it really, really takes off.
Congeals.
And becomes fantastic.
All right.
And that's true of a lot of shows because their first season was only like 6 episodes.
Oh, was it really?
It wasn't very long.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't very long at all.
See, because I remember I started trying to watch it when it came out, and I was like, no.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard that first season.
It wasn't. I think I got like 4 episodes in, and
But
I
it's
just
fantastic. I think you'll really like.
tapped out.
I think you'll really like Ron. I think you'll really like Andy.
yeah.
I think you'll like. You probably like Jerry a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
you'll really like Jerry. I think.
Okay. All right. Do you think I am a Jerry?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No, not at all.
I have no scope for these references.
You don't really kind of resemble any of those characters.
Really?
Yeah. But I think there's character traits that you'll appreciate.
We play that game where I work, like, which office character are you? And they'll try and like put different people in, like, oh, he's more of a Pam, oh, he's more of a...
So what are you?
Yeah. I'm a Creed.
Oh my goodness.
I am definitely a Creed.
Geez. God, who would I be? I don't know who I would be.
But I absolutely love the Jim Takes to Camera. Jim Takes to Camera are my favorite thing on the planet, and I do them in real life.
Yes.
I absolutely do them in real life. I will do a Jim Take to Camera because I'll be like, someone will say something, I'll just be like I will stare intently off at whatever the fuck I imagine that camera to be and blink twice.
I'll have to give some thought as to who I would be in the office. Yeah. But Adam Scott does that in Parks and Rec. He does the takes to the camera. He's really good at it.
Oh, it's really so good.
He auditioned for Jim in the office.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, that's our show.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have. Thanks so much for listening again.
Ding.
And I mean, the way we're going, we'll be back next week too.
Yeah.
So, check out. I don't know. What are we talking about? What are we going to check out this week?
Yeah, check out whatever the hell you want to.
Check out. I don't know.
Watch some shit on Netflix.
Watch some, or Amazon.
Yeah, or Amazon Prime,
or Hulu,
or Crackle.
HBO Go. Crackle. Crackle's good. Crackle's free. Crackle's got some good shit.
All right.
Just gotta watch some commercials.
Late.